Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me again. This is Millennium TV 24, and this is your host for Money Talks. I'm Cynthia Abbott, your financial professional. We continue on this journey together as we build your financial home, our financial home together. We continue to build as we talked about the different levels of your financial house. We talked about that the past few episodes. We talked about the foundational part of your home. We talked about, having the structural part of your home and then building that roof. We talked last time about financial independence and working on making sure that you build without leaving any layers untouched, any layers of the house that needs to be tightened up. If you already built your financial house, we talked about how we can make it even stronger. So today I will talk a little bit more about some of the statistics from one of our top financial firms, a Fortune 1000 firm, which brought us some great statistics about how we are maintaining our financial health. Because financial health, financial fitness is very important as you build this home. I know you're wondering, when are we going to finish this house? But remember, Rome was never built overnight, right? So your financial home will take time. It takes time to build it. Personally, I have been building my financial home, and I can tell you that the sacrifices that had to be made is much rewarded, because what happened is as you build, there are things that's going to happen. It's never going to be smooth sailing. So remember, if you fall during this time while we build, my job is to pick you up because I'm your coach. I'm going to make sure you stay financially fit throughout this process. We're going to work on this together. And as I talked about the statistics last time about how the corona pandemic has affected families, drastically affected families in so many different ways. We talked about 26% had increased in spending. We talked about 26% of these families that were surveyed had decreased in spending. We talked about 26% of these families that were surveyed had to help family and friends financially in order for them to have those needs, daily needs that they need in order to survive. 24% reported that there had personal credit card increase. That is line of credit and credit card. 30% spend their money on retirement savings. They spend money that was meant for retirement and savings. So they tap into the retirement fund. Yes, I know most people did not have that security of the emergency funds put away, and they had to tap into their retirement funds. However, we're building this house. Again, we're going to continue to talk about having that emergency savings in place, that 8 months to a year worth of savings. God forbid we have any kind of catastrophic illnesses, pandemics, things like this, because most people use the stimulus relief payments to pay their bills. 45% of the families that were surveyed used their stimulus check to pay their bills. And these are families. Now take a moment. Listen, these are middle-class Americans who were making anywhere between $30,000 per year and $300,000 per year. Were still affected in some way, some form, by the coronavirus. 26% of those families used the stimulus check to buy groceries. They bought groceries to feed their family. You need to eat. That's one of the needs, right? 23% used that money to pay down debt. debt that they had previous to COVID-19, that now they had the extra money and they're working with a financial professional, and they're now taking the advice to be able to get out of debt and become financially free. Because 20% of those people saved that money. They invested that money. They put that money away so that money could make money for them. Because when you can use your money to maximize your growth in your retirement or your savings for your emergency fund, for your college fund, for your children, it gives you a peace of mind. It frees you up to not have to worry about that. So again, making sure that you protect that roof of the house. We talked about how you need to have that advance directive, that medical advance directive power of attorney, that financial power of attorney, having a will or trust in place, because things do happen, and anything happens, we want you to be secure. Now, we're building this house. We're building your wealth, because you will be wealthy. As I stated before, you will be wealthy if you follow my guide. So I'm here to make sure, as your guide, you're protecting your wealth. You put things in place. It's not all about money, but you know what? Money is like oxygen. You need it. You need it to be able to take care of the things that you need to survive through life. So when we talk about these statistics that are real numbers, because numbers don't lie, this is a serious issue here that we're dealing with. And we need to start talking about it. We need to stop and start talking about it. And today I am going to make sure that we talk more about your financial fitness, as these numbers plays into that. Because when I look at this survey, these families that were surveyed reported that they were staying up at night, they were staying awake, worried. 38% of these families were worried about their personal health. Personal health. So what happens with your personal health? For myself, I walk every day, and I do go to the gym 3 to 4 times now that the gyms are open. But pre-COVID-19, when there was no shutdown, I was, going to the gym 3 to 4 times per week. And I was still walking almost every day when the weather allows. So during the pandemic, I maintained my walk because it gives you a peace of mind. So I am not telling you to do something I don't do and I've never done. Because as your guide, I have to make sure that I am giving you honest opinion, honest feedback as to how to get there. And to get there, you need to take care of your health. And we're going to make sure on this journey, as we build this house, because we need those muscles, right? We need to make sure we're healthy. We need to make sure that we're not going to be, if we become ill, of course we have things in place, but there are things we can prevent by taking better care of our health. Your health is your wealth. Make sense? So, like I said, 27% of these families who were surveyed stated that they were staying up at night worried about their finances. Now let's backtrack. 38% was worried about their personal health. 27% were worried about their current finances. And 22% was worried about becoming unemployed. So we will be going to break. Take a commercial break. I will be right back. Hang in there, guys.
Millennium TV, bridging communities worldwide. We broadcast diverse international content from Europe, Asia, Africa, and now right here in the USA. Watch us via Roku on your smart TV. Submit your own content to 1530entertainmentllc@gmail.com. Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV.
Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for your patience as we continue this talk about money, about financial wellness, about financial fitness. We will be fit because we need to be healthy to be able to maintain our wealth, to enjoy our wealth, to be able to take care of our families, because you cannot take care of your loved one if you're not taking care of yourself. Now, again, taking care of self means making sure you're getting that daily, or maybe 3 times a week, if that's all you can do. 30 minutes of exercise can help you tremendously, because we will be talking about how your health is part of maintaining throughout this pandemic. Because what happens if you're not able to stay well? You know, there are so many factors with the stress level rising. Because when I look at this survey, and 44% of families say they could not afford an emergency payment of $1,000 or more, it makes me really sad to know that I have information that can help you. I have solutions to your problems that can help you. And I want to be able to make sure I provide this information. Because what happens is that most people that do get this information do have the ways of making sure they put these things in place in case of an emergency like this. They don't give that information. So that financial education is key. It's key to your health. It's key to your wealth. You have to be able to absorb the information, because knowledge is powerful, but until you apply that knowledge, it's never powerful. So take it from me when I tell you, you can get wealthy if you follow a few steps that I will be teaching throughout these talk shows. You continue to watch these talk shows, you take notes, you will be able to get the information you need as we're staying on this journey together. Comes what may, doesn't matter what happened, you stay on this journey. There are things that's going to happen to cause you to not continue the journey, but stay focused, stay consistent, and stay committed. And we'll get through this together, because when I look back at this survey, and it shows that families are taking steps towards protecting their future, they don't have the money that they need in order to do that. Because 29% said outside of work, they don't have a retirement fund set up. And I sit down with clients. I am able to provide them with solutions like setting up an emergency short-term savings, setting up a retirement fund, because your job is not, they're not required to give you a retirement fund. They're not required to make sure your retirement is planned. You are in charge of your future, your destiny. And when you get this information and you can sit down with a professional like myself and put a plan in place, I can promise you those numbers, the 38% of families that are staying up at night worried about their personal health and worried about their finances, that number is going to decrease. My goal is to make sure I am assisting you to decrease those numbers. So we're going to make sure that you stay on the journey and stay financially fit. Because those people, those families that met with a professional like myself, a financial professional, they were confident throughout the pandemic to handle their finances much better than those who did not have a financial professional to guide them through the process. That is why 20% of those families did not skip a beat. So when they received that stimulus check, they were able to save that check and use it to, speed up the retirement, plan for their college savings for their children, put more money away. They were able to save that money. They didn't need that money in order to buy, to buy food for their families. They didn't need that money to pay the car note or the mortgage. So they were happy to have the extra money. And that is why those 20% of families who work with a professional, a financial professional like myself, was able to continue to do that and put away money for retirement and emergency. So stick with me. I promise you, you will get the information you need in order to change your circumstances. We can change the circumstances. We don't have to allow the economic, factors to keep us behind, because the 98% of middle-class Americans can be changed. We can reduce that number together. If we work together, we follow a few simple steps. Discipline is one of those steps. You have to discipline yourself to save. Yes, I understand you're telling me the paycheck is not enough, because the reports have shown on my report that I'm looking at here, it states that 8 out of 10 workers report living paycheck to paycheck. So I understand that. But as a financial professional, I am here to show you ways of how you can save money, how you can make additional money, how you can free up money to be able to put extra money away on a monthly basis to plan for those days when you call it quits and you want to ride off in the sunset, or those days when your children are grown and they're ready to go to college. They don't have to have those debt, student loan debt. That's one of the biggest debt in the United States, is student loan debt. I know our president is looking to do something about it, but right now, that's still the highest debt. It's no longer housing costs. It's student loan. So if you have the student loans and you have the credit card loans and you have other bills that you just don't have enough income to be able to take care of those expenses, if you have an opportunity to be able to make extra income, would you allow me to show you how you can do that? Would you? So I'm here to bring you solutions. Yes, there are many different talk shows. There are many newscasters that are talking about all the problems, all the issues. I show you this. I talked about the statistics here. Yes, those numbers don't lie, but the solution is out here. I have answers to your questions. I have guests who will be coming on the show answering some of your questions. So the financial fitness piece of this financial house is real. So there are a few simple steps, again, that we're going to take in order to get you to financial freedom. And we will make sure together we will get you the information that's necessary to make you whole. So being able to gauge how your relationship is affecting your physical, emotional, and your mental well-being is key. You have to be able to gauge that, because that financial setbacks, it has an impact, a tremendous impact on your emotional well-being, which affects your physical well-being. So if you're not physically and emotionally well, your mental health is off. How are you then going to make money? How are you going to get up for work? You're not even going to want to get up to go to work to be able to pay your bills. It's because mental illness is on a rise, guys. It's on a rise. And this pandemic has even heightened that so much more, to the point where there's not enough therapists out here to help the folks that need to talk about it. And that's one of the things I want to make sure you understand. Talking about it is key. Talking about it is key. As a financial professional, as a professional that has worked in the mental health field, as a psychotherapist, having that background, I know talking about it does help, because I've helped a lot of people, hundreds, thousands of people, with talking about their issues, which financial issues was always one of them. And I wanted to find a way to be able to help people and getting this information to you so you can change your circumstances. So talking with a professional, talking with a family member, you could talk with a trusted friend. And, it lessened the burden of carrying that with you, because you're not alone. You heard the numbers. The numbers are pretty high. There are so many people out here that are experiencing the same thing. So don't feel that you're alone. These problems are real. Just be open about it. If you're not open about it, we can't help you to fix it. So taking further actions will help you to be able to get these situations under control. You can take the information and apply them and get the situation under control. And another key factor I would like to discuss in helping you to become financially fit is to take financial inventory. Get a blank piece of paper if that's all you have. I mean, there are different ways of doing this, but if you just want to do it the old style, the old way, right? A piece of paper, pen and paper, I mean, that never goes out of style. List all your debt. Okay, you don't have to have a fancy software. Just write it down. List all your debt, all your sources of income. And one of the things that I'm able to do with my clients is to do a financial needs analysis. So once they provide me with the list of debt, their income, and all those things that are the incoming and outgoings, I'm able to show them exactly where they are financially and give them even better solutions. So I will continue to talk more about this as we come back from our commercial break. So hang on, guys.
Millennium TV, bridging communities worldwide. We broadcast diverse international content from Europe, Asia, Africa, and now right here in the USA. Watch us via Roku on your smart TV. Submit your own content to 1530entertainmentllc@gmail.com. Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for your patience. So as we continue on the road to financial wellness, financial independence, if you are part of the third of American who have experienced high level of psychological distress during the financial effects of COVID-19 pandemic, it is especially important to take the time to practice personal self-care. Techniques throughout the rest of this year. We have 6 more months in this year, right? Just about a little less, right? So taking that time to practice taking care of yourself psychologically, physically is key. Talk to a trusted friend. Talk to a professional. You know, there are professionals out here that handle these issues and they're able to give you guidance, and it could be a financial professional or it could be someone who works in the mental health field. Don't be ashamed to talk about how this pandemic has impacted you and how it has impacted you, psychologically. Your mental health is impacted because you're a human being. I mean, there are so many factors. People have lost their loved ones. People are still grieving, losing their loved ones. And making sure that you express these thoughts and feelings, because these thoughts and these feelings has an impact on your behavior. Your behavior at work, your behavior at school, and your behavior in your relationship, whether it's with your families, with your husband, your wife, your children, in your church. This has an impact on you. If you feel stressed and distressed due to the economical factors, take time out and talk with someone. There are people around that really care. There are services out there. There are multiple resources out here to help. So utilize the services. They're there to help you. Do not be ashamed. It's okay. You're not in this alone. So remember, if you talk about it, it's part of helping you to become financially fit. Because if you're worried about what's not going right, not having enough income, the loss of your loved ones, the loss of that income, that job, that income provider is no longer there. Because if you have a 2-income household and one is gone, that's a huge impact. You cannot deal with this alone. Don't stay in silence. Talk about it. It's okay to talk about it, but remember, I know it's hard to find someone who you can trust, but people do care. So even if it's your pastor at church, just talk about it. Just relieve some of that financial stress, because your physical health will improve. Your emotional health will improve. Psychologically, you'll feel a little lighter, a little better. So you can walk in confidence knowing that, yes, I'm not where I want to be. Yes, I'm not financially free. Yes, I don't have everything that I need in order to be able to take care of my family like I used to. However, I have help. Just knowing that you have help, it eases so much anxiety. This all leads to anxiety about what's going to happen. We talked about the 26% of families who are anxious about losing their jobs. That anxiety, just talk about it. Find someone you trust and just have a conversation. This is how I feel. I want to know if you can relate to me, or can you hear me out? As a financial professional, having the background in the mental health field as a psychotherapist, I've actually had the opportunity, and I feel so confident and so excited. I feel wonderful just knowing that I have this knowledge and I can help someone. And my clients know they can call me and they can talk with me about their financial issues. And sometimes it's about their relationships. Sometimes it's about their children, their jobs. But when it comes down to it, as we talk, they realize, oh, wow, this all has to do with finance. And I'm listening and I'm providing them, constructive criticism, of course, giving them solutions. And then they say, wow, I didn't realize I was telling you all of my information that, I haven't even shared certain things with my husband or my wife. Thank you for listening. So it makes me feel good knowing that I am able to provide you with that solution and being able to be that guide for you. So I take care of myself so I can take care of you, because I can't take care of myself and expect to take care of you. So that is the reason why I walk and I start going back to the gym, of course, because I love exercising. I've always loved eating right. That's another habit that has to be changed. Your eating habits must change in order for you to maintain good health. I know it's not as easy as it sounds, but taking little tiny steps, one at a time, just like a baby, one step at a time, and then they start running, right? Taking those steps does make a difference. And staying motivated is key, because you can take these steps and I can give you information, but I can't motivate you. I can inspire you to do more, to do well, to take care of your health, to take care of your wealth, but you have to stay motivated. Just stay motivated help you to get that financial game plan going. Not stopping, not delaying. Just go and act in that plan and making sure you stick to the plan, because you're going to see progress. Every little step you take, you will see progress. And that is why I wanted to make sure I talk today with you about managing your overall health and your wealth. Managing your stress level so you can manage your health and your wealth. That stress level, that needle goes to the sky and everything explodes because you're no longer focused. You're no longer motivated. Your thoughts and your feelings is all about what's not going right. As your coach, I will wheel you back in. Let's talk about how we can fix certain things, put it in place, and you continue focusing on building your financial home, becoming wealthy, becoming financially free. So we will work on those issues along the way. As long as you stick with me, we will work on them, because managing that overall stress again is going to help you to be successful, because when you're sleeping well at night, and you can sleep 5 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, but don't sleep 10 hours. Don't sleep 12 hours. Don't sleep all day. If you're sleeping and you're feeling that you don't have the energy to get up, you're feeling hopeless, seek out professional help, because you don't need, your body does not need all of that sleep, but you need to sleep to take care of your health. Again, taking care of your health and having a proper diet in place. Not eating the fried food, not eating, junk food, not overeating, taking care of your eating habits, taking little baby steps. Eliminate the sugar, little at a time. Drink your tea without sugar. So those things, as you do the little step, it adds up. And just pacing yourself to a better way, a healthier way of life. Pace yourself. I'm not asking you to have overnight success, because there is no such thing. There is no such thing as overnight success. I know you want it now and you want to see results now, but you have to take it in small steps, because if you try to do it all at once, you're going to crash. And we don't want that. We're building a solid house here, a healthy house, a financial house that will last from one generation to the next. We want to build it strong. We are responsible for the next generation. We're responsible to make sure that we pave the way and we become the best we can do for our next generation. We continue to work with everyone around us to make sure that we become financially fit and become healthy. Tune in next time. This is Millennium TV 24 in sponsorship with Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and download our app on your smartphone, your Android, your iPhone, and watch us on your smart TV, and also catch us on YouTube. This is Money Talks with your financial professional, Cynthia Abbott. I will see you next week. Same time, same place. Have a great day. I had to stop right then and there. I'm like, oh, I didn't know 10 minutes went by so fast. It was quick.